Hi, I'm Linz. Welcome to Becoming Everwell, a channel where we talk about the ongoing journey of becoming. In today's life learning episode for Midlife You, we're talking about the lessons my teeth teach. I make sense of life by writing about real everyday stuff that makes us who we are. Some of these snapshots are fun, some are more serious. Maybe they'll open up something in you too. Let's grow. Every dental cleaning of mine sparks some version of the same conversation about my teeth. It goes like this. The hygienist notices that grinding has victimized my teeth and suggests a nighttime mouthguard for protection. I explain that I don't grind while I'm sleeping, but I'm not really believed. Then the dentist comes in, and after our congenial catch-up about family in the past few months, he asks if I'd like to reconsider a nighttime mouthguard. Typically, I politely decline, citing the unnecessary expense as my reason, which usually curtails the conversation, and we agree to circle back on the issue when I'm back in 6 months. But at my most recent appointment, I'm met by a new dentist at the practice. With more alarm, she comments on the obvious signs of grinding and emphatically recommends a nighttime mouthguard. When I say that I don't grind while sleeping, but actually damage my teeth while awake, she retorts with a tinge of condescension that if I'm grinding while awake, I'm most certainly grinding at night. And I get it. How would anyone know what they do with their jaw while they're asleep? So I explain how I know what I know. You see, I used to grind my teeth while sleeping a lot. As a kid and teen, I'd wake up with a sore jaw and headaches. While unconscious, I permanently damaged my teeth. Eventually, I sought out hypnotherapy in my early 20s, an attempt to rewire my sleeping habits. For months, I listened to meditative audio tapes as I fell asleep to calm and retrain my jaw. Call it woo-woo, but it worked. And now, every time I rest my face upon my pillow, as I have for over 20 years, I'm automatically conditioned to relax my jaw just so, and come morning, I awake with a slack jaw and teeth that haven't been grinding. Further proof is that in our 15 years of marriage, my light sleeper of a husband has never heard the nails on a chalkboard teeth grinding sound come from my side of the bed. The problem, I tell her, is while I'm driving, cooking, concentrating, and even relaxing. In the light of day, I have a habit of privately clenching and clicking my teeth. When music plays, for instance, I click my teeth to the rhythm in the same way that someone else might tap their foot. Subconsciously, I've got a one-woman band hard at work in my mouth. Also, I clench my jaw in traffic, which is something I'm faced with daily in my carpooling duties. In effect, both of these habits are slowly grinding down my teeth. When I notice myself engaged in these ingrained habits, I stop, but my system automatically reverts to the same patterns, often throughout the day. The dentist listens to me and concurs that a nighttime mouthguard probably isn't the answer. She also acknowledges that wearing a daytime retainer would be totally undesirable. All stuff I already know. Then, when she realizes that she doesn't have a solution in her toolkit and that I'd have to figure out another way to help myself, she says this: well, at least you're 10 steps ahead because you're self-aware. And that piques my interest. Because she's right. Self-awareness is the beginning of self-improvement. Always is. I know this. I teach this. I simply hadn't ever considered it in the context of my teeth. So the self-development educator in me couldn't help but take a step back and unpack it. What I've been doing is using my self-awareness about my grinding as an excuse to skirt the dentist and not get a nighttime mouthguard. And I've been successful at that. But my excuse is also avoiding the more uncomfortable truth that I'm on a slow-moving path to a problem that could look like nubs for teeth, exposed nerves, and pain. Although my current behavior with my teeth is not urgently problematic, all this clenching and clicking is not serving me well in the long term. Like you, I've got one set of teeth in this life, And when I imagine myself as an older woman, I want teeth that look and feel good. So I have a choice. I can put this out of my mind entirely. After all, my next appointment isn't for 6 months. No one is holding me accountable. And this is not an emergency. Or I can get real with myself, admit that I'm ignoring an inevitable problem, and recognize that it's on me to take control of my situation and make the changes to better myself and my circumstances. I find that these kinds of changes, the preventative ones, are the hardest changes to adopt because there's no immediate payoff, no clear before and after measurement of success, and no objective indicator that the change is improving my life. Instead, these changes require a touch of faith and an active imagination of what the other plan could lead to as a way to motivate oneself on the better path. Regardless, here I go. I choose getting real with myself to better myself. It's time to take action to redirect my dental plan. And I'm not going to get into the specifics of how I'm affecting change in my mouth because this isn't a dental wellness essay. My hope, rather, is that we're all seeing the parallel to one's overall inner wellness with this example. As humans, we are wildly equipped to ignore hard truths. We're quite accomplished at excusing ourselves from dealing with the uncomfortable parts of life that don't show up as emergencies. And yet, we also tend to be aware in our guts if we're on a path that's not serving us well. Consider your career path, for instance. If the long-term goal is fulfillment, happiness, appropriate compensation, and meaningful contribution with your work, are you on the path to ensure that? Sometimes the slightest tweaks make a big difference. Sometimes we've got to dig deep to design a whole new path. Sometimes we inherently know how to affect the change we need. Sometimes we need support to figure it out. But in all scenarios, it is and always will be on us to better our lives. I believe that we are all capable of transforming our inner hunches and self-awareness into the changes we desire for our betterment, wellness, and fulfillment. Likewise, I believe in seeking support and mentorship at the unfamiliar turns of this life. We need not be alone in figuring out what's next for ourselves. I leave you with 2 questions. 1, to your best awareness, what's that thing you're doing that needs a tweak? That part of life that deep down you know won't serve you well in the long term. And 2, what will you do about it? Will you put it out of mind entirely, or will you get real with yourself? Recognize that it's on you to take control of your situation and make the changes to better yourself. If I'm speaking your language, and if you're wanting support at this juncture, set up a call with me. Go to my website, lindsayhurdy.com, and you can set up a call with me there. It's free. And see if I might be a growth partner that you're seeking right now. Who knows? Maybe you're much closer to making that change than you imagined. Let's grow. If you've liked what you've heard today, please click the thumbs up. It means a lot to me, and it will help me grow this platform as I'm hoping to do. Thank you for being here, subscribing, following, sharing, all of that good stuff. I hope to see you again next week. Until next time. Be sure to like and subscribe and click that bell to get alerts for new posts. I'd be ever grateful.